Okay, welcome back. We are picking up the Vigilus story, and in the next few videos we're going to try and conclude this saga. It's been going on a while. So where we are in the story of Vigilus is at a stalemate. So the Void Claw's being destroyed, and the Orcs are wrapping up chaos threats against their will. The Genestealer Cult, Mechanicus and Death Guard are locked in a stalemate, and the Eldar are just running wild. And Marneus Calgar, chapter master of the Ultramarines, has set his master plan in motion to win the war on Vigilus. So his plan is to collect together high yield missiles. So these are from the ruler of Mortwald, Lord Dinos's personal antique Death Strike missiles. This is where they're all coming from. And this is much to Lord Dinos's displeasure, as he sees them more as mint condition display pieces. So Calgar pretty much just had to threaten him to get him to reveal the locations of these missiles, and he sent the Ultramarines out to come and secure them, because he's going to put them on board an Eldari stealth vessel which Calgar has acquired through unthinkable and clandestine deals with the Eldari. So if you read the book, you'll know that a pretty grim deal goes down with Marneus and one of the Samhain Eldari to acquire this Eldari ship, and that's where he's going to put the missiles on. But first he needs to acquire the missiles. So the Ultramarines have come to this this underground facility, or it's a hangar, and they're going to think that they've got it, but they're being tailed by the Genestealer Cult. So the Genestealer Cult don't actually know the plans behind what they're going to do with the missiles. They just think that they can't allow this newly discovered missile to get into the hands of the false Imperium. Okay, this is the mission we're going to be playing today. It's called Doomsday Device, and you'll find this in the Vigilus Ablaze book on page 132. So this is the deployment zone. Imagine it's reversed like that. Let's do that, because this skull here is the Vortex missile. So the Genestealer Cult will set up first in this square here. With concealed deployments, we'll be using the blips, and the Ultramarines will be setting up in the red square, and the Genestealer Cult will go first. So there's special mission stratagems to use, so we'll cover them if and when we use them, and the victory conditions for the game. So it's all about destroying the Vortex missile. So the Genestealer Cult will treat it as an enemy unit. So how they target it is they can shoot it, and they can attack it in close combat. You'll automatically hit close combat hits with it, because it's just a static entity, and it's toughness 20, so only 6s will wound it, and it doesn't have an armor save. So you've got to try and get as many wounds as you can on the Vortex missile. So how it's scored, it's got infinite wounds. If you imagine it's got infinite wounds, the Genestealer Cults have got to put on 5 or more wounds per battle round to score a structure point. So 5 or more per battle round. That'll score you a structure point. They need 4 structure points to make it explode and win the game. If it's less than that, if it's 3 or less, the Ultramarines will have defended it and they'll win the game. So the reason why we're going to have the Genestealer Cult set up on the back of the board here is because we're using a smaller table than your usual table, because we're using the Zone Mortalis stuff. So I'm having so much fun using it, and it really captures the close confines and the close up bloody nature of you would find in some sort of hangar. Imagine these columns are going right up into the rafters, and there's a roof on and everything. So just to recap, for the mission, going to need 5 or more wounds on that per battle round to score a structure point. The Genestealer Cult need 4 structure points to win. Okay, this is the Genestealer Cult army for today. So it looks like the Cult of the Four-Armed Emperor, but we're not playing it as the Cult of the Four-Armed Emperor, because it just doesn't work with the stuff I've got. You need to just go all in on attack. It's a one-trick pony sort of force, the Cult of the Four-Armed Emperor one, where you just got to have loads of hybrids and you just go in on suicide missions. So that does not favour the stuff I've got, because I'd made this army before this codex, and so I've got a bit of every flavour in the codex in my army, and it just does not favour it. So I've gone for the Bladed Cog instead, and that's what I'll go for forevermore, it seems now. So the Bladed Cog, what it gives you for all your cultists is a 6 invulnerable save. Might not seem much, but when you're getting shot by AP -1 and 2 weapons at will these days, it pays just to have some sort of save. So a 6 invulnerable save is better than nothing. And you can also move and shoot your heavy weapons without penalty. That doesn't apply to the vehicles, unfortunately. I wish it did, but it doesn't. But that favours these because I've got a few heavy weapons in my force. So that's the overall army rule there. The Warlord is going to be the Primus. There he is, at the front. And he's going to have the Warlord trait for the Bladed Cog, Single-Minded Obsession. So it's going to get complex again. It's after deployment, but before the first turn, he gets to pick an enemy unit, and you can reroll all field wounds against that unit if you're within 6 of them. So that's in addition to the rule that he's got in his data sheet that allows you, in a almost a similar way but not quite, to reroll wounds of 1. So what he's going to do, if you think of it, he's going to pick a primary target to wound all wounds against, and then he's going to pick a secondary target to reroll wounds of 1 against. So I hope that makes sense, because this is a very convoluted, overly complex codex for very little gain most of the time. But anyway, back on. He's the Magus, his second in command. So she has the relic. It's going to be the Crouchling, of course, because it's really good. Gives her a +1 for her casting abilities, and she also knows an extra psychic power. So she's going to know Smite, Mass Hypnosis, and Might from Beyond. So usually she can only perform 1 psychic power. So what we're going to do is we're going to spend a command point, and from the Psychic Awakening book we're going to take, I believe it's called the Cult's Psyche, which just means that she can perform an extra psychic power. It does other things, but it's not going to apply in this game. So she's going to be able to perform 2, and she knows 3. So like I say, she knows Smite, Mass Hypnosis, Might from Beyond, and the third one that she will know, again from the Psychic Awakening book, is the Bladed Cog, Unyielding Vigour. It's going to allow her to select a unit and give that feel no pain, so she can perform that on the cultists. She can even do it on the vehicles, so that's a very handy thing to stay alive when you're just humans with bald heads. Alright, so he's got the man with no name, the Kelomorph, with his triple pistol, just as is. So he's got an invulnerable 4 save with the Bladed Cog, so that's good for him, because he's probably the best character in the book. Right, troops, we've got a unit of 10 with auto guns, and 2 grenade launchers, 2 mining lasers, and a power pick for the neophyte leader. We've got a 10-man unit here with the 2 webbers, and again 2 mining lasers, and they're going to take a ride in the truck. So they're going to be firing out of the top with the mining lasers, so you can see why the Bladed Cog makes more sense for the stuff I've got. And then on this side we've got the hybrid, so this is a unit of 12, so we've got a weapon of each persuasion in there. And the Acolyte leader, he's got a hand flamer and bone sword, and the cult icon. And then we've got a unit of 5 here, and they're going to take a ride in the Goliath. These don't have any special weapons, and the Goliath's got the incinerator. So both vehicles have demolition charges, and that's like a 6-inch range battle cannon shot, and rugged construction. That's fail no pain of 6. There we go, got there in the end.
This is the Ultramarines force led by Captain Akaran. There he is there. He has the Sonic Halo, gives him a 3+ invulnerable save and deny the witch. Next to him we have Liberian Vespers, and he has telepathic assault and psychic shackles. Behind him some aggressors, 3 of them there, and we have 5 Hellblasters, and intercepts a squad of 5 led by an honoured sergeant who has to take a command point from his stash there, and we have 2 units of intercessors. No, they're not. Infiltrators.
So he's the honoured sergeant, and he's going to have the Hellfire bolts as usual.
He has the Hellfire bolts.
And Captain Akaran's Warlord trait, is he taking the Ultramarines one?
Yes, the Ultramarines Warlord.
He's going to get command points back on a 5. And then I'm sure everyone knows what the infiltrators do, but it's worth saying, because they're against the Genestealer Cult, where infiltration is their forte. These are counter infiltrators, so that little aerial on the back it pushes back the Genestealer Cult 12 inches instead of 9 inches if they want to come out of what would have been Deep Strike. So they've got to be 12 inches away, so these are pretty much deny the Genestealer Cult stone dead on that tactic. So very handy to have. And the Honoured Sergeant is Hellfire Bolt, if you're not familiar with that. It's just if he hits with his bolt rifle, it's a mortal wound. So just a nice little trick that he does. This is deployment. Genestealer Cult using their blips, they've gone down like this. One in the distance, one behind the pillar, one next to the pillar, and then one next to the pillar over here. So in Deep Strike, the Genestealer Cults have the Kelomorph and the 12 units of hybrids, so he's the representative there. So everything else is the blips. The Ultramarines looking like they're spread out, but they're still getting the benefits of the captain, and the captain is in the middle there. Behind him, the Psyker, and behind him we've got the 3 aggressors. So Hellblasters set up on this side, and then we've got an infiltrator squad on either wing, and then the forward squad here are the intercessors. And now that we're just about at the end of the first turn, the Warlord trait that we're talking about for the Primus, he's going to select the Hellblaster squad to reroll all field wounds against for anyone within 6 of the Primus when he turns up. So the Genestealer Cults reveal themselves, and we've got the truck here with the 10 neophytes on board. We've got the rock grinder with the Primus on board and the acolytes. Got the Magos just there, and then there's the 20-man neophyte squad ready to march out and die for the Grandsire. So in Deep Strike, I've forgotten what you call it, what the technical term is, but Deep Strike is the 12 hybrids and the Kelomorph ready to spring up. So we're going to launch straight into the first turn. There's no steal the initiative. The Genestealer Cult burst through into the hangar and look to take the fight straight to the Ultramarines. Right, turn 1 for the Genestealer Cult. They all go forward, surging forward towards that missile. And the plan is we're just going to try and strip away some of the Ultramarines before we start attacking the missile, because we cannot stand in the face of that withering firepower that the Space Marines are known for. So everything's gone forward. The Primus gets out of the vehicle before it moves, and there he is. And he's selected the Intercessor Squad as the target of his datasheets thing. So we're going to reroll wounds against that unit there of 1 for the units within 6. So they were the priority target for wounds, full reroll wounding against, and they're reroll 1s, if that makes sense for the rest of the game. Alright, so we're going to move straight on into the psychic phase. So first things first, the Magus, there she is, she's going to smite the intercessor unit there in the distance. So she needs to get this on a 5, which has got a +1 with a crouch sling. So that comes off on an 8. He is within range to deny. So it fails on a 7, so that does come off. So it's D3 wounds for that intercessor unit in the distance. It's just a single wound. Could have been better. Alright, now she's going to perform the Rusted Claw psychic power, not the Rusted Claw, the Bladed Cog psychic power that we talked about. To feel no pain onto the neophyte unit. So we need to get this off on a 6 normally, but we've got the crouchling, which brings it down to 5. So that comes off on a 9. Can you deny that one because you've got Captain Akaran with a Santa Halo? He does on a double 6. It's denied. That's the one that we actually wanted to get off because that's going to protect us, but it's not. Devastating news. Okay, we're going to start shooting with this truck here. It's going to fire all of its weapons into the Hellblasters. So it did move, so we're at a -1 unfortunately. So we've got the heavy stubber at the Hellblasters and 2 hits, needing 4 to wound. We get 1 wound, so on a 3. He gets that 4 in the distance. The autocannons, the twin autocannons, same target. Here we've got 5s to hit because it's moving with a heavy weapon, and then 3s to wound. Oh, we are within 6 of the Magus, the Primus rather, so can reroll wounds. I should have done that with a heavy stubber actually, but I forgot. So 1, needs to save on a 4, and he does. Right, terrible news. We're not getting casualties here earlier that we need. So the squad on board are going to fire into the Hellblasters as well. They're going to have to. So the mining lasers need 4s to hit because we don't suffer penalties to move. So we get 1 hit and we need a 2 to wound. Oh, it's just not going our way early. We can't afford to spend our command points to reroll stuff. I just can't bring myself to do it. Or can I? I've got 7. Ooh, don't want to do it. No, I'm not going to do it. It seems outrageous, but I can't do it. Right, the Webbers, they're going to fire at the same target. Right, so we've only got 3 shots. Automatic hits, needing 4s to wound. So we get 1 wound, and you need to save on a 3. It's roll a 1, so it did actually do a wound in the end to the Hellblasters. And then we've got some auto guns. So we've got 6 auto guns on board. It's 4, 5, 6. Hitting on 4s. And we get 4. Leading 5s. We get none. Oh dear. Right, the Rock Grinder is going to fire at the Hellblasters now. Going to see if we can pick off that 1 wound guy. Oh, come on. I've got to reroll that. That was a hit. Yes, he gets hit in the end. Right, so we're needing 4s to wound. And we're going to reroll because we're in range of the Primus. So we get 1 wound so far. 3 wounds. Statistically, we should kill Hellblaster. Oh, 2 wounds put on them, so 1 drops and another wound passed on. Right, we're on the other side of the board now, so we're going to have this unit going to fire at the Intercessors. So there's an outstanding wound on them already. So we're going to fire the auto guns first, see if we can bag ourselves an easy Intercessor. So we've got a good amount of hits so far. And then 5s to wound, but we can reroll 1s against this unit. There's 2 1s to reroll. Right, we've only got 3 wounds in the end, but could bag ourselves an Intercessor. No, denied. Right, 2 grenade launchers in the bunch there. 4s, get 2 hits, 3s to wound. Reroll 1s to wound, luckily. Come on, there we go, there's a wound. So it's saving on a 4, and he's gone through. So it doesn't matter what the damage is, that's 1 Intercessor gone, luckily. So we've got the 2 mining lasers now to fire. Come on, hit. We've got 1 to hit, and then 2s to wound. Where's that gone? It is a 2, that was it. Doesn't save, so it's D6 damage. That's going to kill another Intercessor. Alright, that's the end of Genestealer Cult turn 1. Could have went better, only killed 2 Intercessors and half a Hellblaster. Could have went better, had the weapons to create a dent, but this is going to be incredibly hard, I think. Okay, Ultramarines in the turn 1, so they've had a bit of a reshuffle. They have to stay aggressive, they can't just stand off and allow the Genestealers to, the Genestealer Cult to swarm all over the missile, so they have to come forward and protect it. So they're starting to swarm around it, so they're still keeping the distance with the infiltrators, blocking off the potential deep strike element of the Genestealer Cult, stopping the surprise attack, and then the hard hitting element of the Ultramarines is coming straight down the middle. So we've got the Hellblasters, they're getting in rapid fire range of the vehicles. The surviving Intercessors, they're going to make themselves heard as well. Sorcerer moves forward, or he's a librarian rather, he's not felt the chaos. Not yet, anyway. So the aggressors from the back, they come forward as well, getting as close as they can with the 18-inch range weapons. So they're just about primed for the psychic phase. Okay, has a rethink on the aggressors and decides to advance them forward, so they're closer, and they won't take any penalty for shooting, which you didn't realise. So they've got assault weapons, and they're just going to be firing as normal. So they ran a whopping 6. So we're ready to go into the psychic phase. So what have you got for us?
So doing smite on this vehicle.
Mr. Librarian. So the Rock Grinder's the nearest, so he's going to take the brunt of it. So he passes that on a 6. So we're going to try and deny that. What we're going to do is we can use the Magos, influences the vehicle's drivers, and they can try and deny that. So that was a 6, so we're going to need a 7 to block this. We do. It stopped. That was handy, because that's going to be our main thrust down the middle.
We'll do psychic shuttles on these.
Psychic shuttle on the neophyte unit. Comes off on an 8. They're going to do the same. With their ability, does not, nowhere near. Right, so what does that do then?
So they're reduced to half speed.
Half speed, and so that means they're only going to be moving 3 inches, which isn't too bad for them actually. Okay, starting off the shooting phase is going to be the Hellblasters. Starting from the back and onwards, he's going to be overcharging. The most rear guy already has a wound, so he's going to be firing at the rock grinder. Try and take that out. So the first guy, he might overheat, but reroll one's because of the captain. So he's got 1 hit, missed with another. Next guy in line, he might overheat if he rolls another 1. Nope, he's fine. Both shots make it. The next guy, he only gets 1 hit. And then the sergeant, could he blow himself away? No, the opposite, double 6. Right, so this is strength 8 against my toughness 7, so you're going to need 3s. Okay, that's pretty decisive. 5 wounds go through. Nothing we can do about that because the invulnerable save doesn't apply to the Vigilus. So it's going to be 10 damage, but what we do have is rugged construction. So on 6s, we can ignore these wounds. Here we go, wish us luck. We get 2, so we're not wrecked, luckily. We've taken 8 wounds on the Goliath. Right, 2 wounds left on the rock grinder, and he's going to fire this intercessor unit. So he's got 2 bolt rifles, and he's got the sergeant with the Hellfire round, the special issue bolt. So they've all hit. So that red one was the mortal wound, which you can save on rugged construction on 6. If you do not, we've got 1 wound left, and Cannon the Bolt is finished off, needing 5s to wound. Oh, look at that! All 4.
Stylish.
AP minus 1 in the first round, so 5s to save. So nothing, and then we need 4 6s to survive here. This is our best unit going down, and it's gone down. So does it explode on a 6? Let's hope not. On a 4, it doesn't. So it goes down quietly. The unit inside has to disembark. But first, do we suffer any casualties with the unit inside? Oh, 2 die. Right, next up to shoot is the infiltrator squad in the distance. They've all got line of sight through. There's a little gap in between those intercessors. Going to fire at the last remaining 3 hybrids there. This is looking like an eradication and an early one at that. So 5 shots then, and only 2 hits. We might survive. Right, 3s to wound. There was no 6s in there. 1 wound. We need to save on a 5 because he's got no AP yet. Still managed to lose 1, so down to 2. Right, this unit at the back now, they didn't move, so they're going to fire rapid fire with bolter drill into the truck. So 3s to hit. There's 10 shots it should be for your rapid fire, and 6s would automatically wound. Let's not forget. So no 6s yet. So no special shots. He's got a good amount of hits. So 5s to wound. Oh, look at that, 4. So no AP on these yet either. So 4s to save. Just the 1, and then we need 6s for rugged construction. Alright, we're taking 3 wounds off just bolt guns. We've still got the aggressors to shoot now. So the aggressors, they're going to do the Crackstorm rockets at the remaining squad there, and then the Boltstorm gauntlets at the truck. So 18 shots.
Boltstorm gauntlets.
Real ones. Yep, here they come. All of them.
No.
Except 1. Take notes, Genestealer people. This is how you actually shoot. 5s.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I believe.
6 wounds. Again, no AP on these yet. 4s to save. And then 6s for rugged construction. Nope, there's another 3 wounds, so it's only got 4 wounds left. Could we survive? Right, so the aggressors, the Crackstorm as promised, so it's 3d6 random shots at the... Oh, only 4. That probably will do it anyway, there's only 2 left. So 4 shots of the same type of profile. So 3s to hit, rerolls 1s, gets 2 hits, needs 3s to wound. Gets them both, we need 5s to save. gets one, fails one. We've got one hybrid remaining in the centre. Wow, didn't think we'd survive that. Right, I've got one morale check to do for the chap in the middle, and he's leadership 8, he's lost 4. 4 plus 6, he runs away. That's the squad gone, that's a shame. I was hoping he would make something of himself, but no, he's gone. Right, so mercifully, that is the end of the turn for the Ultramarines. Next turn, that's when they become super powered, when the Ultramarines doctrine kicks in. They're going to have extra AP, and they're going to be able to rapid fire all over the place. It's going to be ugly. It's already been ugly. We're going to have to hope our reserves come in some meaningful way for the Genestealer Cult. Grandsire, protect us. Okay, it's turn 2 for the Genestealer Cult. We're just going to have to pull a massive trick here to try and survive, because to me it doesn't look like we're going to go anywhere, so we're going to bank it all on this one moment, and we'll get to that in just a second. So this unit has just gone to the pipe because they've half the movement because of a psychic power, but they've just moved to the pipe, so they're in full cover now. This unit have got out of the truck. Madness, you say, but it's because they've had to go forward to protect the Kelomorph, who's just turned up, and he's just turned up there. He's within 12 of the Hellblasters and of that intercessor unit there. So he can't be spec scanned because he's a character. That's why we've had to put that unit up front. And now we are going to play a perfect ambush. So as soon as he arrives, he can shoot. So he's going to shoot the Hellblasters because he is in range. So he's got 6 shots. He's right next to the Primus, so he's going to be able to re-roll all failed wounds, because that was their target that he picked for full thing. Right, so this is why it's just so extreme. This is the trick he's got to pull. He's got to try and blow away as many Ultramarines as he can, because nobody else can do it. So here we go. Is he the hero that he could be? 6 shots at the Hellblasters, hitting on 2s. Every shot that he hits with, he gets an extra shot to try and do it. So he's got another 6. That's a cocked eye, strange one at that. He's got them all. That's full 12. So it's a Smith & Wesson, and he's had his 12. That's a quote from the film. Right, so 4s to wound the Hellblasters, and we can reroll all failed wounds because of the Primus, but that was a hell of a roll. Only 2. I'm just going to double check the AP. I think it's AP minus 1, but it is 2 damage, so each one would slay a Hellblaster. Just bear with me a moment. Here we go. Where is he? Kelomorph. AP minus 1, damage 2. So saving on 4s.
To 11.
That's 10. It's not 11, it's only 10. So 2 went astray. So 4s to save. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
pretty good.
7.
Harvest of death there.
Yeah, it's a total wipeout. He's killed that entire unit. So first stage of Operation Kill Everything with the Kelomorph is complete. Right, so far so good. So onto the Psychic phase, the Magus. We would have played the -1 and no Overwatch on the aggressors here, but we can't see them, so we can't do it. So we're going to have to play Smite on this intercessor unit here. So we need this on a 4 because of the Crouchling giving us a +1. So it comes off on an 8 with a +1. So you're going to try and deny the Witch there. Needs a 9, so it comes off. So D3 mortal wounds on the... oh, just the 1. So just 1 wound. It's a shame. And the next Psychic Power is going to be the Feel No Pain of 5, the special bladed cog one. And we're going to do that on this unit here if we can. So that comes off on a 5 with the Crouchling. So that comes off on a 7. He can deny the Witch again because of the Sonic Halo. He denies it, so we can't get a power off. That's our favourite power, and it's not working. Right, back on with the shooting phase. So what we're going to do is we're going to fire up the Kelomorph in the shooting phase. Oh, it was worth saying as well, that rule that I was talking about doesn't work because it only is in the phase. So because that was out of sequence and in the movement phase that I fired, we don't get the reroll ones for shooting within 6 of them, unless we can kill this unit, because that would count as in the shooting phase. So, as I was saying at the very start of the video, it's a very convoluted codex, this one. So he's going to open fire on the intercessors, and these are re-rolling wounds of 1 because he's next to the Primus, and there was his secondary target, so to speak. So 2's to hit, and again, there's 6 hits, so he gets a shot for each. He's hit all but 1. He's a magic man, this guy. So we're needing 4s to wound, rerolling 1s because of the Primus, having the foresight. Right, that's pretty good. There's 5, 6, 7, 8 wounds, saving on 4s. Oh, it's another wipeout. Oh, he's done exactly what I wanted to do. He's the hero we looked for, and he's the hero that's delivered. So it's now that that squad's wiped out with the intercessors, we'll get reroll 1s for all Genestealer Cult units within 6 of them. That came off beautifully. Okay, let's turn things right around. So what we're going to do is we're going to fire this entire squad into the aggressors, because even if we can kill one of them, we were thinking about firing at the missile, but we need to get rid of them because they are just so powerful, especially in this next turn with the Ultramarines doctrine coming up. So we need to kill as many of them as we can. So we're going to fire the what they're called, the mining lasers at them first, because they're the high damage. So here we go, hitting on 4s. We get 1 hit, so we need a 3 to wound because it's strength 9. We do get a wound, you need to save on a 6, and it's d6 damage. Oh, he gets it! That's our best weapon. They never work, the mining lasers for us, they never do. Alright, we've got the 2 webbers now. Come on, let's bring it home. So we'll get a 3 and a 1, so that's 4 automatic hits because they're like a long range flame of the webbers. Needing 5s to wound. We get 2, so saving on 3s. Oh, 2 wounds right off the blocks. So one of them's got 1 wound left.
I'm not sure who's been hit.
That's the aggressors.
Right, so I'm going to command point reroll.
Alright, thought he might. Alright, just 1 wound in the end because he's command point rerolled. Right, so we've got the auto guns at them now. We just need to see if we can cause 2 cheeky wounds. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 auto guns, rapid fire range. Come on. So hitting on 4s. Rerolling 1s because of the Kelomorph and his heroic deeds, heroic inspiration rule. No, not that heroic. Right, we've got 5 hits so far, and now the big task. We need 5s to wound. We get 2, 3s to save. There's another wound, shaved off the aggressor. 1 more wound and he's gone. So we're going to fire the truck at them now. So the truck is going to try and pick up that spare wound with the heavy stubber on it. So it gets 2 hits, or does it? I'm going to have to check the profile because it's on its last legs here. Okay, the ballistic skill does go down to 5, but we're thinking it might have been 6, but we've got 2 hits in the end, so lucky we did get some hits. 5s to wound. Can't reroll anything because that's not our priority target. Right, the auto cannons now, have to rely on them. So 5s to hit because it's in a damaged state. We get 2 hits. We don't reroll 1s because it's not an infantry unit for the Kelomorph. And 3s to wound. We get 1. Saves on a 4. It goes through. We've killed an aggressor. Now it may not seem much, but that's basically 12 shots out of our hair and more with the Fragstone grenade launcher. Right, that's looking a lot better now. We've still got the big squad to fire. Okay, over on this side of the battlefield, this is where it's got really interesting. Because those intercessors have been cleared away, this librarian is actually the nearest target to the mass of cultists here. Some of them are equidistant to the lead figure in that unit, but when they're equidistant, for some of them, it can be your choice. So everyone's going to fire at the librarian because we need to see him off. So I think instead of us rolling loads of dice, we're going to just try and peg him with the lasers first. 4s to hit. We get 1 hit. 2s to wound. We get 1 wound, saving on a 6. He doesn't do it. D6 damage. 5. He's instantly killed. Well, that's wasted all the rest of our shots there. We're looking forward to unleashing all those shots with reroll ones with the Kellermorph, but that was efficient. We'll take it. Okay, that is the end of turn 2 for the Genestealer Cult. It was looking incredibly dire for them, and then one moment of brilliance from the Kellermorph has turned the game around, and then just being able to kill the Librarian's going to open up the way for more psychic powers. Although Captain Akaran with the Psionic Halo can still deny 1 power, it's not the same as denying 2, is it? That's maths. So, we're not going to charge with these because they'll just die in a blaze of bullets. So it's looking good for the Genestealer Cult. We've still got the big unit of 12 hybrids to come in, although we haven't done any damage to the missile. It's we're moving on to turn 3 very shortly, so we're going to need to start damaging the missile if we actually want to win this game. We can cause casualties, it's not necessarily going to bring us the victory home. So it's over to the Ultramarines. Okay, Ultramarines turn 2. The Tactical Doctrine is now in place, so the Ultramarines now just go into overdrive. And they're going to need it because all of a sudden, after that one crucial turn, that has just really hammered the Ultramarines. So they're looking to go tit for tat here and try and take out a lot. So the infiltrators, they're flanking the missile. They're going to block, still try and block the unit of 12 coming in of hybrids. So they're just setting up a perimeter around the missile, making sure there's no attacks being launched on it. The aggressors are going to be aggressive. They're going to see what they can do, probably just waste this unit. They've got eyes for the Kellermorph after that destruction, and Captain Akaran is looking to make an example out of these Genestealer Cult as well. Okay, the Ultramarines are going to start shooting, so this is going to be the target of choice here. Starting with the infiltrators in the distance with bolter drill in play because the Ultramarines now count as standing still. 10 shots coming in at that unit of cultists. AP -1 for rapid fire stuff as well now. So 6s auto wound as well. Real 1s because of the captain. And these need a wound on 3s. That's a good roll. 7 in total to save. Alright. So we're saving on 6s anyway because we've got an invulnerable 6. And we're going to need them. Here we go, 6s. That's a good roll. 3 drop down. Ooh, dead. Yeah, hold the 4 and I've only rolled 6. Here's the extra one. Okay, 4 die. Alright, this infiltrator squad, same thing at the same unit, so 10 shots. Reroll 1s, 6s auto wound. Alright, so 3 miss in the end. And then 3s to wound. Oh, it's bad one, good. Just the 1. So 2 wounds in the end, so 6s to save. Oh, another 6 turns up. Alright, so there's another one dead. We're down to 5 in that unit. And that's saved us a little bit. In fact, it might have saved us completely. Absolutely, because what he was planning to do is strip these away and leave the aggressors open to fire at the Kellermorph because he's public enemy number 1. He's the wanted man. It's the outlaw.
So,
Akaran, he's got a triple shot bolt pistol on his cuff. 2s to hit, reroll 1s, and 3s to wound. So just 1, right? So we're actually saving on a 5 on these because that's a pistol weapon, so that hasn't got the extra AP. But he finds the mark anyway. Be insulting if he didn't find his man. So there we go. 6 dead out that squad, 4 left, and the aggressors have now got to make some decisions.
Go fire the truck then.
Alright, they're going to fire at the truck and probably finish that unit off in combat, or might even try a long charge on the Kellermorph. We'll just have to see how they feel. So all shots at the truck. So the counting is standing still with Ultramarines. AP -1, so that's going to be 12 shots each, including whatever they get on the missiles on top of that. Okay, so the Fragstorm launchers are going at the unit. The Boltstorm gauntlets going at the truck. So here come the Fragstorms. So this is 4d6 shots. Oh, that's not very good. It's 10. But that's probably going to be enough because there's only 4 of them. 3s to hit, reroll 1s. It's going to need the reroll 1s.
What's going on here?
Wow.
Well, I think
5 hits. 3s to win, sorry. 3. So these are AP -1 and needing 6s. 3 dead. Right. Right, we're just going to leave a mining laser left. Keep hitting. Right, we've got 12 shots each, so 24 shots coming in at the truck.
So I'll do 12 to hit and 12 to wound.
Okay. This is the first volley. And reroll ones, don't forget. Right, so this is to wound, needing 5s against the truck. Truck's only got 4 wounds left.
That's pretty good.
So that could be it, that could be the 4. So needing 5s to wound, because it's got a save of 4 against AP -1. Ugh, don't get any saves, and now rugged construction. This could see us off in the first volley. Need 1-6, no, it's gone. Does it explode? No. So the truck's gone down in the first volley, no need to open up again. So that's the end of the Ultramarine shooting phase. Let's let them mull over the assault. Right, charges. The aggressors just about to charge in on the guy with the mining laser, and the captain shouts over, "No! He's got a mining laser, just let him run away." So he does. He's not going to charge at all. He's just going to allow him to fail his morale test. There's no way we can pass it, and we don't want to spend the command points to save him either. So he's going to disappear down that manhole there and tell of the great deeds that this Kellamorph performed, and he's going to pass the message on. Right, it's turn 3 for the Genestealer Cult. This unit over here, they move forward over the pipe, so we take 2 inches off our move to get over the pipe, and the Magos runs over to the corner there, so she's got a line of sight on the aggressors, and she's powering up her psychic mind there. The Kellamorph, the hero, the legend, the man of mystery, comes forward with the Primus. They're looking to take the fight to the aggressors, because in support we have the newly arrived through the sewers have come the hybrids. So what we've had to do is we couldn't stomach being overwatched, or sorry, auspex scanned, so we've made sure we're outside of 12 inches so we don't have to suffer the wrath of 2 aggressors. So because we've done that, what we're going to do is we're going to spend 3 command points. We've only got 1 left now to do perfect ambush, which is going to allow us to stride forward 6 inches, or d6 inches. So let's see how far we get. 4 inches, we'll take it. So there we go, the hybrids have moved forward 4 inches. Now we've had our nose in both codexes and looking at the rules and whatnot on when the sequencing of auspex scan and perfect ambush would happen. I don't have any FAQs at hand, but how we're playing it is, if sequencing happens at the same time, it's the players whose turn it is gets to decide on which way it goes down. So that's how, because it's the Genestealer Cult's turn, that's how we're going to play it. It's probably right, but it could be wrong, because I haven't got the FAQs at hand. Right, psychic phase, this is going to be a crucial one. So the Magus is going to do mass hypnosis on the aggressors, because she can get a line of sight. She's just on the side of the crate there, so she can't see them. She is within 18. This will be -1 to hit, but more crucially, it stops Overwatch. So this is going to try and allow the hybrids to get in. So this passes on a 7. We've got the crouchling for a +1 to the dice roll. So that comes off on a big 9, goes to 10 because of the crouchling. So you're going to need to try and deny that with the Sandic Halo. He's failed, right? No Overwatch from the aggressors. It's a command point reroll. He's thinking about it. It's big if he does.
It certainly is.
Needs a 4 to stop this. And it's tracks. He does. It's double 6. That's been shut down. All of a sudden, charging those aggressors has changed.
Guess what? I get it back.
And he gets his command point back as well. Right, that's really changed the wins there. That's devastating. Really devastating. Alright. Uh-oh. Let's do the special bladed cog psychic power, and we're going to do it on we're going to have to do it on the hybrids because they're oh no, we can't see. So we're going to have to do it on the biggest unit. This gives them feel no pain. So this normally comes off on a 6 with the crouch on. It'll come off on a 5. So that comes off. The Santa Halo can only deny 1 power a turn. So at least we've got 1 power off. So after all of that, it could be a waste of 3 command points because we don't dare go in with the charge on these. So we might have to just shoot them. So that's what we'll do. We're going to have this squad over here. We're going to fire all of our auto guns at the missile, and we're going to fire the heavy mining lasers at the aggressors because we just want to get rid of those. We've had enough of them now. And the 2 grenade launchers are going to fire at the aggressors as well. We're just going to go all in here. So the 2 mining lasers at the aggressors, needing 4s. We've missed with them both. That's classic mining laser action. Or inaction. Grenade launchers. 4s. We get 2 hits. Strength 6, only 3s to wound. Get 2 wounds, save on 4s. Oh, like that. Classic Ultramarines action. Saving them both. Right, well, we've got all of our auto guns. Let's see if we can damage this missile at all. This might be for nothing, but I think it is for nothing. But we've already decided, we've already done it. Well, I think this is a mistake in the end, but we're going to have to go through with it since I've declared it. So 4s to hit the missile. Right, it's not bad. But now we're needing 6s to wound it. The problem is I don't have anything else in the arsenal to pick up the slack if this doesn't make it. Right, I get 1 wound on the missile, but it's going to be a wasted shot really. I've done that totally wrong, but there we go. That's what you get. Egg on your face. So just 1 wound on the missile. The problem is it gets reset after every turn, so I can't build up wounds on it. So wasted shots really, but you know, if I rolled a load of 6s there, which is possible when you've got a lot of shots, might have came off, but it's just as likely that I would hurt the missile as I would hurt the Ultramarines with auto guns. Right, so we're going to go on to something more meaningful. We're going to have the Kellamorph.
Kill them all.
Yeah, he's going to shoot at the aggressors. We could target the captain because he can pick out characters. However, the aggressors, I think they are the menace. So we've got 6 shots, and we've got no rerolls of any kind really. All hits, so that's another 6 shots coming our way. What a man. What an alien man. So he's hit them all. He's needing 5s to wound. We're going to bag ourselves another unit here if we can. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3 wounds only, and 7 on 4s. Each of these is damaged 2. He's failed 2. That's an 1.
Command point reroll on that one.
Command point reroll because he's
50-50.
No. He's already got a command point back this round, so you can't roll for another one, but 1 aggressor's gone. Okay, so since the Kellamorph killed a model, we're going to reroll 1s to hit for units around him within 6. We've pretty much wasted 3 command points doing the perfect ambush with that squad because the charge range is just getting longer and longer, but we didn't anticipate not being able to get our psychic power off really. And there was no way in at the back, so wasted 3 command points in the end. Devastating. But we're going to have the needle pistol from the Primus at the last remaining aggressor. If we can just get him out of our face, that'll be glorious. It's a 1, but since he killed a model, we're going to reroll a 1 because within 6 of them, and he's missed anyway because I think he only hits on a 3. Let's quickly check. He's got a weapon skill 2, but only ballistic skill 3, so he's missed. All of these are going to fire their pistols at the aggressor, and they're going to reroll 1s. So that's 12 of them. Okay, just quickly check the rulebook. You still retain your pistol if you've got one of the mining weapons. So one of them's got a hand flamer, so it's 11 shots, hitting on 4s, rerolling 1s. Okay, that's actually not too bad. 5s to wound. Only 1 on the aggressor, so he needs to save on a 3. Oh, takes a wound. Cheeky. Okay, that is all for shooting. So we're going to charge. We're going to charge the big man. The
Captain.
No. Well, we can't actually charge the captain because we're outside 12.
He's a big one.
Oh no, we can. We'll charge them both. because he's going to heroically intervene anyway. So if he fancies his chances, he can walk into the whirlwind of claws. So you've got Overwatch from both the captain and the aggressor. So because he's counting and standing still, the aggressor's still going to be able to fire twice, but only 6s to hit, luckily.
Captain?
So captain's got 3 shots. He rolls 1s.
Oh!
No.
Tantalisingly, yes, 6.
2 d6 for his Fragstorm. Only 3 shots being run low this game for these. Rerolls 1s.
Do it.
No. And then he's got 12 shots from the auto Boltstorm gauntlets. And he needs 6s. Should get 2. Rerolls 1s. He hasn't got any hits yet. Gets 1. Needs a 3 to wound.
Oh, well, it's okay.
Right, so we've got through that. Let's just check the range again. So to get to him, I think it's a 9, or a 10 rather, but we're going to need a 9 on the dice. So yeah, that's 10, so we're going to need a 9 on the dice. And we've got a command point reroll in hand, just in case. Not even close, we're not even going to risk that. So it's a failure, big old failure. I'll tell you what, we're going to charge the main man in, the Primus into him. See if we can damage him. So you can Overwatch again. Let's hope you don't get lucky this time.
And this is just the aggressor.
Just the aggressor, because I'm going to make sure the captain can't.
So 3.
So it's 2d6 shots from the
2d6.
the 7. And 6s again. Let's hope he doesn't bring in the bacon this time. Reroll 1s. 1 needs a 3 to wound. Gets it this time. Saving on 5. Don't die. Right, he takes a single wound. And then 12 shots from the auto Boltstorm gauntlets. I could just be running to me death here. That's not a good way to go.
There you go. 3 rerolls then.
In fact, did I get me static power on to stop the Overwatch? I can't even remember now. No, I didn't. 1 wound. Saving on a 6, sorry, because it's AP -1. Takes another wound, so there's 2 wounds for the Primus. And see if he gets in. Don't know what the distance is, but he'll get in on an 8. So here we go. He's taken 2 wounds. He's got 3 left. He's actually got 5 wounds there. He's not soft, this guy. And in he goes. We've made sure the captain can't heroically intervene. He's got 4 attacks, and he's attacking with his injector claw. Oh, he's only got 2. Do a command point reroll. I'm desperate now. He's only got 2 wounds left, that aggressor. Ooh, it's dangerous.
Got 1 left. 1 command point.
Yeah. Tell you what, I'm not going to. I'm going to just trust him to get this done. So he wounds on 2s with this toxic weapon. And he wounds twice. So this is AP -1. You're needing 4s to save. I might regret not re-rolling that, actually. He takes a single wound, so he's still alive. And we're about to get smashed up with Power Fists. I should have re-rolled that, in hindsight. Okay, we're about to weather 5 attacks here from the Power Fist, so he's hitting on 4s. Oh, re-rolls 1s because of the captain. He's blown it. Oh, he hasn't. He's got 2 hits. Wounds on 2s. He gets them both. Right. We've got an invulnerable 6 save because of Rusted Claw. Let's see. What's it called? The Bladed Cog. 6s, come on. Oh no. Right, he's got 3 wounds left. There's no point in the command point rerolling that. There's just no way I'm going to get it. I'm just going to have to hope that you don't roll 3 wounds here. So it's 2d3 damage. Double 1 would be good. No, he's absolutely dusted with 6 wounds. He drops down in a sack of meat on the floor. And everyone promotes the Calomorph to the new leader. Okay, that is the end of turn 3. It's pretty poor turn this time. They only killed 1 aggressor, wasted 3 command points on that unit, and didn't even get our man, and then lost our leader. So, a calamitous turn after such a heroic effort in turn 2. We've just thrown it all away, it seems. So the Ultramarines are now going to tighten the noose after we've just seen the Genestealer Cult stumble.
Certainly are.
Oh dear. Okay, the Ultramarines feeling good about the situation now. They were looking nervous last turn. Now they're feeling control again. So the aggressor goes forward. He's going to deal with this Kelomorph, and the captain surrounds himself with the infiltrators. Now that there's no more deep strikers to come in, they're just going to surround the missile and stop anyone from getting anywhere near it. So they're looking control. They're in the driving seat. Let's see if they can put the guns to good use this time. Okay, so we're moving into the shooting phase. This aggressor will shoot first. So I tried to entice him into a roll-off to see who would draw the guns first, but he wouldn't have it. He said he's already got his guns on his arm. They're already drawn constantly, so we're not going to get into a shootout here. It's just going to be...
Being that infiltrating dreadnought with the strapped-on heavy bolt or whatever it is, that might have been an option.
Because you've got the advantage definitely there. So anyway, here comes the Kelomorph. Will he survive? He's got an invulnerable 4 with the bladed cog, which is better than anybody else's save. So it's all on him again. Surprise, surprise. So here we go. It's 12 shots from the aggressor.
Okay, here we go with the 12
Full
shots.
pelt. So he's hitting on 3s this time, rerolling 1s. And he's going to need to. He's not...
Got 2 ones.
Needs to hold his nerve in this firefight.
Yeah, he's a bit shaky.
Got to look the devil in the eye before you pull the hammer back. So 3's to wound. Oh, he's feeling confident there. So 5 wounds. Our invulnerable 4 needs to come to rescue. And it does. We've taken 2 wounds. He's still in the fight. He's got 2 wounds left because he's only got 4 wounds, this guy, but that's all he needs. Right, now you've got the shoulder mounted stuff, so it's 2d6 shots. He's getting 6.
Let's do command point.
He's getting nervous. He's splurging a command point on this. Oh, 9. He really wants him dead. This outlaw is
Might get that one back.
might not ride it in the sunset. He gains that command point.
Was it 9?
Yeah,
Here we go.
he's just rubbing it in now. Rerolls 1s.
Oh, well, that's still very substantial.
Well, you need a wound now.
Oh yeah, got wounds.
Too busy basking in his glory of
If only, yeah.
shooting, but he might just riddle his cape with holes and miss the body. And look, he has. His nerves failed him again. Need invulnerable 4s. We've survived with 1 wound left. In your face. We
Okay,
live
so-
to terrorise the streets of
Captain Akron's going to have a
Vigilus
go at him.
still. So Captain Akron, he is still the nearest. So 3 shots from Captain Akron. Drills him.
It's a dead eye. This
3s. He's a dead eye, but he's loaded his potato gun with potato.
Yeah.
So again, needs to save on a 4. Can he catch the bullet in his teeth? Yes, he can.
Oh, he did.
A tantalising 6 there.
Yes.
So we're just measuring up here, and this infiltrator unit, the majority of them are closer to the hybrids, but the front sergeant, he can fire at the...
That's this one here.
Yeah.
This one hasn't got a line of sight.
yeah,
Okay, so we need...
need 3s to hit him. Are you playing Signs of Guilliman on these, or is it on the other unit? For full re-rolls. Can you trust him?
Was it? Yeah, you get 4 reroll, don't you?
So you're doing it for this squad?
Yeah, we'll do
Alright. Okay, so he's going to get full re-rolls here because that's stratagem.
that.
Here he goes.
Here we go.
He's brought a rifle to a gunfight.
He
To a
brought
pistol
one
fight,
anyway.
rather. So he's got 2 hits, no automatic wounds, so he needs 3s. He gets them both. Oh, he's going to have to catch 2 bullets in his teeth now. Does he get cape, or does he get the body?
Oh,
he
what
just
a lucky
finds-
man.
Finds cape.
He's a lucky man.
It's got lots of holes in that cape, and that's no accident. It's just swishing his cape around. Nobody can truly get a telling blow on him.
Well, that's Clint for you.
So onto the rest. So you've got 8 shots there going at this lot. So 3s to hit, reroll all because of Signs of Guilliman. It's a double automatic wound,
No, so 1, 2, 3.
triple automatic wound. So, yep, 3s. 3 more, so 6 in total. And we're saving on 6s. 2 save, 4 drop down dead, not taken after the Kelmorph's example. Okay, this squad now.
Yeah, we'll lay it down hot.
It's going to lay it down hot apparently, let's see. Okay, real 1s. 6 is an automatic wound. Right, he's getting these wounds now, these automatic wounds. So 3 miss in the end. These need to convert for 3s. He's got another 6 to try and survive here. So 6 is to save. Again, another 4 go down. It's a bad day for these. So 4 out of that unit, we're losing them. Hemorrhaging. Hemorrhaging. Hybrids.
You also get
That's a tongue twister. So that is the end of the shooting phase, and now what he couldn't do with his pistols, he's going to run to combat. And this is where the Kelmorph gets his return fire. He's held his nerve.
Yeah, he's still. He's nervous.
He's
more
nervous.
nervous than him.
And now we'll pull the pistols, throw back our dust cape, reveal the 3 Liberator auto stubs, and do not hit once.
Whoa.
However, do we just lay it all down with a command point reroll and just, yeah, we're going to use it. He's worth it. He's done wonderful
Use
things.
command point? Oh,
Yeah,
good.
we're going to use command point reroll to try and get a 6.
How entertaining.
He's done wonderful things for us. I owe it to this Kelmorph. So here we go. Needs a 6. Oh, it's 2. So he's just going to have to pistol whip him to death then. Right, so the aggressor steps forward, keeps himself within 6-inch range of the captain. So he's got 5 attacks and he's hitting on 4s, the big bully. Rerolls 1s, this is it. Should have left that command point and reroll armor save for the for the Kelmorph, but it was worth it, even if I did miss. So he's got all of his wounds, and we're going to need to save all of these on 4s. Can we save all of these
It's got a magic belt.
for the biggest legend? I'll tell you what, we're going to do these one at a time for maximum drama. He saves 1. He says 2.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, he's dead. Oh, almost. Let's see what the last one would have been. Who would have saved?
Yeah.
Oh well, not quite as dramatic as it could have been,
Well,
but
yeah.
he served us well. He's gone to the great
Beyond.
slop in the sky, into the great soup of the hive mind in the sky there. Okay, so he consolidates on, stays out of an inch of the hybrids, of course, because he doesn't have a death wish. So that's the end of the turn. We lost our main man. Not all heroes wear capes, but most of the time they do, and he had a brown one. So it's a morale check for this hybrid unit, and they've lost 8. So this is how many I lose essentially. I lose the full unit. So that unit's gone. It's just that unit of Genestealer Cult left with the Magus and a missile that we'll have to do millions of wounds to. Okay, it's turn 4 for the Genestealer Cult. This is the only unit left with the Magus, so we're going to die like martyrs for the cause. So, yeah, it's just straight into the psychic phase. The Magus is going to smite the unit in front. She does so on a 9. You're going to need a 10 to block that with a Sonic Halo if you want to. Doesn't do it, so it's D3 wounds for the...
Command point reroll on.
Ooh. Nope, doesn't do it. He's just throwing away his command points now. Okay, that's 2 mortal wounds, and that's 1 infiltrator killed. Alright, now we're going to do... let's do the one where I get an extra attack and extra strength on that unit. believe that comes off on a 6 because I've got a +1 because of the crouch, and that'll be a 7. So you can't deny that because you've used your Sonic Halo. So that comes off. They've got +1 attack, +1 strength, that big unit. And now we will shoot. So we're going to shoot everything at the squad in front. There's no point of the missile. Those days are gone. It's turn 4. We haven't even done anything to it. We just don't have the caliber to do it. So we'll just spitefully try and kill some Ultramarines while we're here. So 2 mining lasers. We get 2 hits. 2's to wound. We only get 1 wound, so you save on a 6. That's classic miner laser action again. Nope. Damage. Kills 1. Alright, then we've got the 2 grenade launchers. Both miss. Then we've got 16 auto guns going twice at them. So first volley. To wound. Whoops. 5s. So there's 3 wounds. Oh, saves them all. It's hardly even worth the time rolling all of these dice, but we will, because that's all we've got. 4s. Only 5. 5's to wound. 2 wounds. Come on. Double 1. Let's get ourselves... No, it's a double save. Alright. Can't do anything against this lot. So we're going to charge now. We're going to charge all of our cultists into Captain Akaran. And see how many we can get fighting. So you can overwatch with his pistol.
Just Akaran.
Just Akaran. We don't want to suffer the wrath of the rest. In fact, we will. We'll charge deep in him because we're going to die anyway. We'll charge into the unit behind him as well.
Really?
Because we're going to die anyway. So we might as well get as many attacking Akaran as we can. You know, spiteful last manoeuvre.
That's 1.
Doesn't save, so 1 at the back. So our charge range is 7. In they go. Okay, there are the neophytes crowding around Akaran. They're going to try and tear him down. And since there's nothing else to do, we're going to charge in the Megas into this squad of 3. So they're going to overwatch. 6 shots, needing 6s. So they get 2. And reroll that 1 because they're within range of Akaran. So 2, and it's an automatic wounds because there's 6s.
Yeah.
So we need to save on. Well, it's turn 4, so you're forced into the assault doctrine. So we're saving on 5s, which we filled them both. So we'll have the. Well, it would have been him to take the first one, if I was thinking, and then she would take the next one. So she's taking the wound. Not that matters at this point. The whole world's falling down now. Right, she's going to charge in. 6 doesn't make it. She needed a 9. It was a Hail Mary charge. Alright, so I'm going to count the numbers here and see what we get. Okay, so on the captain, we've got 11 cultists with basic attacks, and the sergeant, or the neophyte leader, he's got 2 attacks. Well, he's got his power pick and he's got 2 attacks with it, but I've played that psychic power for an extra attack and strength. Strength won't matter because he's toughness 5, so we've just got an extra attack with everybody. So here's the neophyte leader with his power pick. Gets 2 hits. He's going to need 5s. He gets 1. You need to save on an invulnerable 3. And he says, right, so right, we've got 11 basic attacks. Let's tear him down, needing 4s. And now we're needing 5s. 1 needs to save on a 3. Saves. And then we've got the second round because of the psychic power. Oh, it's even worse. They've lost heart totally. And we only get 1 wound this time. They've run out of steam. And he saves anyway on 6. Alright, so the return attacks from Captain Akaran. Okay, Captain Akaran to dig himself out of this hole. And it's a shallow hole. So he's got 6 attacks. He'll be using his power sword, no doubt, because easier to hit. Yeah. So 2s to hit. Rerolls 1s. Okay, gets them all, and then 3s to wound. Gets them all. So I've got invulnerable 6s. And I make 1, so I've lost 5. I'll just keep a dice here, because now he'll have the Intercessor, the Infiltrator squad to fight, to move all them in. And they've got 2 attacks each, and a 3rd because they've been charged for shot assault, so 3 attacks each, and the Sergeant's got an extra 1. So that's 16 attacks. So here we go. 3s to hit. Reroll 1s. Okay, 3s to wound. It's just a systematic beat down now.
Two's missing.
Oh, I'm just going to roll these. 5s to save. Oh no, it's 6s to save because you're in the Assault Doctrine in turn 4. Okay, we've lost another whopping amount, so that is 5, 6, 7, 8 to go with our existing 5, I think. It's basically a wipeout because we're going to fail our morale check. There's nothing we can do, and therefore we concede. So the Genestealer Cult die in droves, don't even touch the missile in the end, but it was an entertaining attempt to try and go against the withering firepower of the Ultramarines.
Brush past all these mining lasers there.
Yeah, almost damaged it. But I mean, that's the way the story goes. The Ultramarines do get these missiles, and they do pile them onto the Eldari ghost ship, the stealth ship.
What would you do without the Kellamorph? The kill 'em all.
The Kellamorph, the answer is...
You'd counter for 2 whole units.
The Kellamorph, without the Kellamorph, I would do very little. Well, I would do exactly what I did with the Kellamorph, and that's very little, so there you go. Genestealer Cult remain winless in my hands. So there we go, Ultramarines triumphant. It was a spectacular win in the end. Not even a mark on the missile. And if everyone can cast the mind back, any long-time viewers, to when the Genestealer Cult took on the Ultramarines and some Imperial Guard, it was a hammer and then. And what happened at the end was the Patriarch jumped down the drain, and that's what's going to happen with this Magus. She's going to lift the hatch here. She's going to jump up and swan dive into that hatch there, and join her prime, the Patriarch, in the sewers. Never to return? Question mark.